today, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. Baltimore Ravens taking on Andy Dalton and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
They love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Dalton, 1st and 10. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's 2nd down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
But I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down. Throwing, Dalton. Completion here to Claypool. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another 1st down. This is Carson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
13 yards. And the Steeler 1st down.
Dalton here from the gun. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Daniil Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Dean Lowry, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
3rd and ball.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. A pass underneath for Carson, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. Leading them out, the man known as Danny Dimes, their second-year quarterback from Duke, Daniel Jones.
And what a performance he is coming off of. I know that this is a different era of football where we're throwing it around a heck of a lot more, but still, over 500 yards passing.
500.
That's phenomenal, incredible. Let's see if he can take last week's game and carry it forward and have another similar performance.
They'll start with the option, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
27-yard line. It's a gain of 3.
On 3rd down, Jones. Throw caught here by Bird. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got it up.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Off the play fake, Jones. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Those are the numbers from Rudolph from last week's game. 5 catches, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And you know what he did all week in preparation for this one? Hydrated.
Salivated.
Yes, stretched, dreamed, going against the last team in the league.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. This will be caught at about the 6. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, it's Carson. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Carson. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh, right? Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got...
Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Snags it for the pick. And they've got the football, and they're already knocking on the door inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because...
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. It's the fullback. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Well, they weren't messing around. 1st and goal, they don't do anything fancy. They just go to the fullback right away.
I like how you phrase that because oftentimes they come back to the fullback when it's late in the down and distance count, right? In this case, 1st down, let's go get it right now.
And he got it. 6 points on the board. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we draw so far, they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Let's see if they change tunes.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
3-yard line.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. It's a foot race. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Touchdown. Chris Carson, 97 yards. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the 1st half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again,
again.
and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Takes it at the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. Looking down at the stats here, realizing he has no catches. They've targeted him twice, but no catches. So how do they get him more involved, Charles?
You make sure he touches it on routes that he likes to run, maybe even run a reverse or some type of a jet sweep so he gets his hands on the ball and get him active and involved in the game. You just try and find ways to get him going, and it doesn't have to be something that's big downfield.
Maybe kind of like in basketball, just a shooter seeing the ball go through, you get him a rep, get him more comfortable.
I agree with that totally. Maybe set that solid screen and give him an easy look.
Well, to this point, no catches. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. Jones now from the gun on third down. That one complete to Hill. And he will have a Ravens first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween, and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today. I think it's okay there they didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. Off play action. Jones. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
They'll take over.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Well, big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. And his throw is incomplete. Defensively, celebration time, because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. I don't think Dalton liked the matchup there. He's going to call a timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This will be Dalton again. He'll find Miller. That's complete. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Another chance for Dalton. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 23. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Field goal, a 40-yard attempt.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation...
And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. Jamal Adams, an all-pro for the first time a season ago, had a fumble return for a touchdown and a pick six last year, and he delivers another pick six right here. Extra point good by Gostkowski. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. And it's a Packers.
The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another throw there